This video will show you how to remove the stock front bumper on all 2005 through 2009 Mustangs.
First step for the uninstall to get rid of our factory bumper, you got to pop your hood, use a panel removal tool or a flathead screwdriver, and we're going to remove the 3 push pin clips on each side of the factory radiator shroud. We're going to pry up in the middle and then head up underneath and pull the whole thing out. Once that's taken care of, lift the whole shroud and set it aside. On the painted portion of your bumper, there's one 10mm bolt. Let's get that off on both sides. Now on both sides, you can see that there's a little clip next to that bolt. You're going to lift up basically on the grill assembly and unhook it just like that on both sides. Next up, we're in the wheel wells. Now, we raised our car up just to make life a little easier, but you can obviously do this on the ground. I'm using a 1/4-inch ratchet and a small Phillips head socket. You can use a small Phillips head screwdriver. You just want to make sure it has clearance with the tire there in the way. There are 3 Phillips head screws holding this on in the wheel well. Okay, do that same thing for all 3 of them. And then there's one tucked in a little bit farther down. Now there's a Phillips head push pin clip up a little bit in the middle of the wheel well there. We're just going to use our Phillips head to loosen up that top section. There we go. So now we have to peel back our wheel well liner just enough to access the 2 10mm nuts holding on the bumper to the fender. All right, they're a little bit difficult to see. Here's the first one, and the second one's right behind it. Now you can get an impact gun on there at a weird angle. Get those 2 off. Okay, once both of those are off, repeat that on the other side. Next up, we're going to disconnect the bumper from your splash shield. Now the splash shield is optional whether you want to reinstall it or not. It's just going to be a couple more holes that you'll have to drill in the new bumper. There are 4 across the front, and then we'll take off the 3 across the back. Now this is a 5.5mm bolt. Next up, we have to disconnect the bumper from the fender. Doing that, you're really just grabbing on the corners and pulling straight down to disconnect it there. At this point, your bumper is loose, but we have to disconnect the fog light and parking light harnesses behind the corners and behind the grille there. So just pull it back enough to reach that. Next, you want to pinch and disconnect the parking light harnesses. All right, repeat that on both sides. Now for our GT owners who have the fog lights in the grille, you got to pinch and disconnect those as well. Same thing on the other side. Now you can pick up the entire bumper and set it aside.
Thanks for watching, and remember, for all things Mustang, keep it here at AmericanMuscle.com.